This event is being hosted by Student Life, the Community Engagement and Global Citizenship Unit within that department. We're excited to have 6 candidates here who are going to share with us their opinions and ideas on the upcoming election. As far as the flow of the debate, we will have a 2-minute opening statement from each candidate. And we will go in alphabetical order from left to right for the opening statement.
I'm quite concerned about the size and cost of our administrative structure here in Guelph. And I'm not a conservative or a right-wing populist or anything, but I am concerned about finance. That's not the exclusive domain of conservatives. It's something that's of concern to people from across the political spectrum. So I'm calling for a smaller and more efficient administrative structure in Guelph. And that would include a moratorium on the routine hiring of outside consultants, in part because they're expensive, there's overlap with what our own people can and perhaps ought to be doing. I'm calling for city staff to reside in Guelph, to encourage city staff to reside in Guelph where possible. I'm calling for city spending in the interests of Guelph residents, not administrators. The 5th plank is about supporting city services and city workers. And so by that I mean the people who actually provide the services that contribute to our way of life, quality of life, and property values. Paying down our debt and living within our means, and appropriate growth for appropriate reasons.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming out here today. I graduated from the UG in April of this year, so it's great. This is my most important debate by far because I'm coming back home in a sense. And I've got a little thing short right up here that I wrote up, so look forward to that. I moved to Guelph 4 years ago in September 2010, and outside a tour of the school a few months prior, that September marked the first time I ever got to experience Guelph and all she had to offer. I'll admit that when I first came here, I had no intention of staying. I didn't know anything about the city, I didn't have very many friends in the city, and frankly, Guelph was never going to be good as my hometown of Caledon, Ontario. I fluttered between classes and friends, never feeling like I was fitting in anywhere. And at one point, I left Guelph for a semester anticipating never to come back. But I did. I decided to finish my undergrad and make the most of my time while I was here. I dove into the culture as well. I joined intramural sports teams. I spoke to people on campus, got into with professors, became the editor for the Ontario newspaper, got a job in the city's downtown, and most importantly, I met the love of my life in this very town I live in now. I graduated UG, I rent a house downtown Guelph. I work in the city's north end and find myself having frequent conversations about what part of the city I'd like to raise my family in one day. Much to the surprise and dismay of former me, I'd fallen in love with this city, its culture, and most of all, its people. We're a growing city with changing values, and we're stuck happily confused in a paradigm between the future high-rises and condos and tractors and cowboy boots, which I'm wearing right now. We're a quintessential Canadian city. A city to be proud of, and a city I'm ready to serve. Though I truly do enjoy calling my Guelph my home, I wouldn't be up here right now, 24 years young, vying for a shot at mayor if I didn't believe we needed change in this city.
The make or break issue in this election is a choice between building a smart and sustainable city, ready for the 21st century and new, or abandoning everything we've built in favor of an extreme agenda of privatization and slash-and-burn tax cuts. Financial stability and our prosperity do not need to come at the expense of our friends, our neighbors, or our future. I believe that we can responsibly and intelligently build the city we need and deserve. Cutting taxes is not a path to prosperity. In fact, cutting property taxes can ruin a strong economic base. Talking about taxes without talking about the value they bring us is naive, short-sighted, and bad for business and for people. We need to be talking about how do we grow an efficient, diverse, and responsible tax base so that we can afford the Guelph we need and deserve. My record is clear. We have a vibrant local economy. Our financial position has improved every year. We have one of the lowest crime rates in Canada. We've doubled our bike lanes, built new parks, added new trails, and started new community gardens. Our green reputation is legendary. We're doing all of this and so much more while building a livable, sustainable city that's ready for the 21st century. And we're doing it as a caring and thriving community.
Look, you know, you're here as students. Maybe you're here just starting out, and you're here for 4 years, and you've come here because you want to learn, and of course to learn you're living here as well. But my ask to you, my challenge to you is to try your best not to try to love this city, because this city is great. I'm very proud of this city. But I also know that the city can be better, and there's lots of opportunities within our government and in our community to make things a lot better. And you know, I want you not to just be here for 4 years and then consider to leave after that. Guelph has a lot to offer you, and I would encourage you that after your 4 years that you don't just decide to leave. We want you to stay. You know, my platform's pretty easy. It's 5 points. I want to keep taxes in check with no higher than the CPI. I want to make sure that we're concentrating on cost-effective core services. I want to make sure that we're looking at an actual transparent government. I want to support the downtown without a proposed and explored tax levy across the whole city. And I also want to make sure that we get rid of what's called the Guelph factor in Guelph, which is something that is really hindering and hurting not only internal businesses, but also external businesses that are trying to come to our community that can provide the economic opportunity, not just for the people that are here, not for the people that are coming, but for those of you that are maybe here right now that want to stick around after 4 years.
The reason I'm coming to this election is the fact that I'm trying to change the way we do government. Cam, I know you have 5 great points and reference you in an introduction, but I literally have one main campaign point. The fact is that the power of the government is not in our hands. The fact is that we pay government to run the systems that we decide. Many times those systems that we were given are not the ones that we decide. We are given the idea that board was feeling that this is what we wanted as a group. We've got 2 projects on the go right now. For instance, the South End Center. I'm a little nervous, sorry, my memory just failed me. Darn it, sorry guys. But the fact is the South End Center, the majority of Guelphites actually do not want that right now, but it is being pushed through. And this is just the whole context of our government. We're given the idea that we are in control, but we are not. And what I'm proposing is that we change the way we do government. We have the capabilities. Chances are you're holding it in your hand. Chances are it's in your back pocket or your purse. We are connected to everyone now. We have the ability to change things. We have the ability to have a voice. You could get on your phone right now and say, I don't want the South End Center, or I don't want 20 million spent on the police upgrades. There's many things that we could use this for, but we need to work together and we need to collaborate. And to have a truly transparent government, I do believe that this will be a transparent government.
There aren't as many people here. I mean, I see empty chairs. I'm glad that he's proud that this small smattering of people are out here supporting our democracy. But the fact of the matter is, this output is shameful. Just like this town's democracy is shameful. And you only have to look at 2 things to understand that. The first thing is the robocall scandal, product of a native of Guelph, Michael Sona, a traitor to our country. We should all know that and understand it. It came out of our town and we should be disgraced about it and doing something to change it. Second, our ridiculously low voter turnouts. I don't know if you've noticed the effect of 12 of the past 20 years of Farbridge leadership there, but as a cornerstone of our whole ideology, it's that citizen participation in government. Well, what's the most fundamental form of citizen participation in government? The vote. What has been the result of the vote? Record low turnouts. Record lows. All right? Some would call that a catastrophic failure, and anyone with any logic would agree with that. Now, I'm sorry if I feel like getting a little worked up, but I'm the philosopher candidate in this election. That's how I'm bringing myself to. I am the one who is coming out with a higher-minded ideology from the philosopher's angle. And when I see democracy in my country and my city struggling as much as it is, I feel the need to stand up and demand a change. And it's unfortunate that our mayor at this moment is saying that there is only one alternative to her way to go. Slash and spend Guthrie approach. because she doesn't give enough of us respect. The rest of us, she's written off for Guthrie. You guys don't have to let her do that. You guys can give power to anybody because you have that vote. That is what we fought and died for. So use that vote to do something good.